We are back, and the big hitters are joining us. Maybe the biggest hitter in the city, arguably. Sandra Masters, the mayor of Regina, is with us. Thank you so much for taking the time out to come. I love this jacket, by the way.
I know, it's a little retro, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. A little throwback. You got a little style to you.
All right, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
So we're just going to talk football because being an Ontario boy, I don't know anything about Saskatchewan or Regina politics. So look at everybody out here in their green. You're matching them. I want to go back to how you started being a Rider fan.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so I did high school in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, which is about an hour south of here. And I worked at the Dairy Queen. And so what we can remember is the 1989 when we did the run for the Cup. All us Dairy Queeners, because you had to listen to it on the radio. And so we were dancing around, and it's cold out. People weren't eating ice cream that day. Everybody was glued to their television sets. And so we were jumping from seat to seat. And then, like, when that kick went, like, we all literally froze and waited to hear, and then just had a party at the Dairy Queen.
That's awesome. A lot of blizzards going around?
A lot of blizzards going around, exactly.
And you've been a fan ever since?
Yeah, absolutely. The pleasure of my job is I get to talk to people from, frankly, all over the world, but really all over the country as well. And I find it so funny because I will be anywhere and you'll have someone lean in. It'll be a staffer to a minister of something, and I'll lean in and go, "We're Rider fans." I'm like, "Of course you are. Everybody's a Rider fan. Come on now."
It is unbelievable that Rider fans seem to be on every little part of this earth, no matter where you go.
It is an incredible connector. You be in Mexico, you can be overseas, you can be somewhere, and you see this green jersey, and people, like, you just automatically, you beeline and go, "Oh my gosh, what do you know about the Rough Riders?" And they're, "Well, we're fans because of X, Y, Z." Yeah, it's amazing.
What is it about the Riders that connect the community of Regina? They're a provincial team, but you being the mayor of Regina, how connective is it?
It is something, like, and again, it doesn't matter if it's outside the province. You go to other stadiums in this country and you'll see a lot of green when the Riders show up. I think it's one of those things is we have a pretty small population for a pretty large landmass. Mm-hmm. And the Riders give us something, number one, to hope for, to cheer for, to connect with, but it's a little bit of an underdog team. Like when you look at their stats, when you look at their sales of merchandise, you look at all that kind of stuff, they punch above their weight. And that sense of we as a smaller province, population-wise, can host such a, frankly, world-class team is an incredible thing. And everybody roots for them. Everybody enjoys the memorabilia, the history, but also the future and I like to say hope springs infernal.
Yeah. And you mentioned, world-class events, and the fact that the stadium is here has allowed you to have some of those things, like an NHL Winter Classic.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's helped the city overall? And that's, partly due to the Rough Riders.
Yeah, and I mean, the pandemic didn't help, but I will tell you that this stadium, knowing it's one of the best in Canada, if not the best, I would say, but when we get players from all over, because some folks go, "Oh my gosh, I got to go to a small community. It's not like a big city. Like you're drafting in folks from the United States and all of that talent, and you're able to provide something like this to show kind of the respect and investment that this province has in this team. You can arrive here as a player or a coach or whatever and go, "Okay, I get it. There's a ton of respect. There's a ton of investment, and we care. We care a lot."
That's what really drew me into want to come to this position too, is people care here, right? Like, it actually matters. I won't name some other CFL cities where it's not the same, but that is what I think is so unique. And even you as the mayor, care enough to be a season ticket holder, and you find time to do that.
Yeah, it's an important thing, and like I said, it is something that we like to say that in Saskatchewan and in Regina specifically, for me, we have these shared experiences, and the Rough Riders are one of those things that is a shared experience. Like when there's a big Labor Day Classic win, and the people pour out of the stadium to go downtown, or it's a great summer's day. It's everywhere. It doesn't matter. You get involved because it's either in traffic or people are honking and waving, and the fans are fantastic. So yeah, it's one of those really connected community pieces for us.
We're lucky enough to have the Regina Mayor, Sandra Masters, with us in Harvard Studio 620 Lounge, live on 620 CKRM, and also streaming live on the Sports Cage YouTube page. You're a season ticket holder. How long have you been a season ticket holder? Does it go all the way back to 1989 and the DQ story?
No, it doesn't, because I had 4 young children. So we would get into the family fun zone, or now it's Pill Country, but we got into the family fun zone, and it was a treat for my kids. My kids volunteered with sports teams, and they were in the Old Taylor Field often. I had a kid who worked in the Old Taylor Field, and so this is a matter of now I feel it's almost the duty of folks in leadership positions that we participate in these type of things.
And how excited do you get for the Rough Riders, considering they're 3-0 to start the season? It's got a much different feel than the last couple of seasons that will just hit delete, Control-Alt-Delete from our minds here. Corey Mace leading the way. Like, how into it are you?
I'm going to tell you, there's something magical right now. Like, Coach Mace has produced something, has created this environment that you can already feel, which feels hopeful, and it feels like everybody's trying to pull that win out just for each other on the team, for the coaching staff, but also for the community, for the province. You can feel it happening, and it's a big deal.
Have you met Coach Mace?
I have met Coach Mace. I was part of the welcoming crew. There was a reception that the Riders put on, and they invited a whole bunch of folks, and we were able to come out. So he got some presents to him.
Did he show you off those big old baritone voice box that he has?
Oh yeah, he should be doing Disney voiceovers, that guy. Like, that is incredible.
Who is your favorite player, if you had to pick one on the team right now?
Oh, right now. Sorry, I thought you were going to say.
Well, it could be all time. You want to go all time? Sure.
You're going to say all time? You know what? This is Saskatchewan. This is Regina. It's got to be George Reed. We just lost him, and from a guy who gave back to community. And that's the other thing about the Riders, is it's not just our city, they do it across the province. These guys give back to the communities that are located within our province. They show up, they promote youth sports, they promote really good messaging to youth, they connect with seniors. Like, they show up, and they get a sense for the payback for the wild cheering and the fans showing up for them is they return the favor.
You mentioned George Reed, and I think of the play that was done on him during the Grey Cup when it was here in 2022. Did you get a chance to see it?
I did.
And the screening, I should say, that I was at, he was like the last person to leave because everybody wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
And he makes time for those people. Obviously, he's passed away now, but his legacy will live on for such a long time. And that play, I think really hit home for me, not being from here, to show his impact on the team, the community, and the province.
Yeah, he had such grace about him. And again, that sense of connectedness. He would talk to anybody. But again, they had this focus on youth and youth development that it matters a lot to us.
Well, Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Great to talk to you. Speaking of energy, I like yours. I think you'd be right up there with Corey Mace. This is Saskatchewan Rough Rider football on the home of Rider Nation. Streaming on our YouTube channel at sportscage.com and the 620 CKRM Cooperators Rough Rider Radio Network.